I thought you said Mike Tyson.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee.
Rumor has it. Rumor has
On
it.
the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
All right. Well, Beyonce has unveiled the full track list for her album. This is going to be her 7th studio album. It's called Renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, she has her single, Break My Soul, that's going to be on the album. And some of the titles include I'm That Girl, Cozy, Cuff It, Energy, Church Girl, Plastic Off the Sofa, Move, Heated, America Has a Problem, All Up in Your Mind, Summer Renaissance. So that's just some of the songs on there. This is her first solo project since Lemonade, which was back in 2016. So that is going to hit streaming services on the 29th.
Have they talked about features or no features?
It does not say on this picture that they posted, so we don't know that yet.
Guarantee Blue Ivy on the album. Young Blue is on the album.
If they can afford it. They might not
If they
be
can
able to
afford it.
afford it.
You're right.
Now, she said, creating this album allowed me a place to dream and to find escape during a scary time for the world. It allowed me to feel free and adventurous in a time when little else was moving. My intention was to create a safe place, a place without judgment, a place to be free of perfectionism and overthinking, a place to scream, release, feel freedom. It was a beautiful journey of exploration. I hope you find joy in this music. I hope it inspires you to release the wiggle.
I am absolutely interested in hearing where Beyonce is at in her journey. I mean, she's a mother now, a wife. I want to hear that from her.
All right, and Mike Tyson on his podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, he was talking with therapist Sean McFarlane, who specializes in trauma and addiction. And here's what he had to say about death.
One day, of course. Then when I look in the mirror, I see those little spots on my face, and I said, wow, man, that's my expiration date is coming close really soon. What do you do about that? How do you think about that death thing?
I don't worry about it, man.
I don't either.
I'm not sweating it.
All right, so he also said that money doesn't mean ish to him. He said, I always tell people they think money's going to make them happy. They've never had money before. When you have a lot of money, you can't expect nobody to love you. How am I going to confess my love to you when you have $500 billion?
Huh?
It's a false sense of security.
Shit. People will tell you they love you all day long and you got $500 billion.
That's his point, though. He's saying that
it's not real. But you'll be their big homie, they big bro. You could be younger than them and they'll
anybody
still say,
will confess their love to you if you have $500 billion.
Man,
so how do you can't believe it?
Christ.
But you keep your clique the same. Same people in, same people out. Pause.
Think you can afford a better grade of people
But
to
trust
go
and
in and
believe,
out.
if you have $500 billion, your friends are going to be like, how come I'm not getting this?
You don't have to keep letting the same people in and out in here. You got $500
People
billion.
do change.
I hate you.
All right, now.
Something more exotic.
All right.
Y'all good?
No, we not. This guy's trying to make me something I'm not.
All right, well, let's move on to Greg Mathis Jr. then.
I'm going to turn you.
He was on Daily Pop with Lonnie Love and Jai Rodriguez, and Greg Mathis Jr. was talking about the time that his dad, Judge Greg Mathis, accidentally walked in on him.
You think Mom and Dad has heard you and Elliot?
Heard? Talk about scenes.
Oh, no.
They saw you?
Imitate Dad's voice. Oh, hell no!
It was more like, oh,
So many questions.
Look, my dad ran up the steps and we didn't see him for the whole day.
Really?
It was done after that. We didn't talk about it. We didn't say nothing about it. We still ain't talking about it to this day.
Have y'all gotten a lock on the door? How has this not happened
There was
again?
a lock on the door. We just didn't assume that somebody would just walk in.
And my dad, like, I forget, he does not have boundaries. I mean, if you watch the show, like, he is up in everybody's face. Always.
He the judge. That's his house. He going wherever he want to go.
Yeah, he should remember that.
He should.
Nah.
Greg Mathis Jr. also talked about his dad, wanting to make sure that he goes public with his sexuality. He's in a relationship with a man, his boyfriend Elliot, and here's what he had to say about that.
It's a lot of love, and I feel good about it because I can just finally be myself. And it is a big deal because you get asked your entire life, like, who are you dating? Who is she? Like, what's going on? And when you're lying about that and you finally get to the point where you can be authentic, it is a big deal to let people know, and people do want to know, particularly with my dad being in the public eye. I got questions my entire life, and so it just feels good to finally put that to bed and be able to move on and live.
He got emotional, and it was shown during the episode of you coming out. How did that make you feel?
I was not expecting that. I know my dad is a tough guy from the streets, so like he tell me all the time, if somebody says something about you, I'm gonna send my goons after him. Like that's the kind of dad I do. Right. That's the dad I expect to get. So when he started crying, I mean, that really touched me, and it just showed me that I was loved.
Everybody should be allowed to live their truth without scrutiny, man.
Yeah, but you gotta lock the door. If you're in my house, you gotta lock the door. Like, I don't care what goes on but lock the door. I don't be walking in on my son or my daughter or anybody. No.
But I will say you ain't locking no doors in my house either if you're my child. You know what I'm saying? This is still my house, and if you're still living under my roof, you ain't locking no doors. So I reserve the right to run up in any room, especially if it's my son. Now, I don't do that to my daughters. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that to my 14-year-old. You know, but
so
son,
your son got his girlfriend or boyfriend over by the crib, right? And they watching TV.
You definitely ain't locking no doors. Now, girlfriend or boyfriend.
What did you do at that age?
What do you mean? I had to keep the door open.
Yeah,
Talk
you can't
about
even close the
what
door.
do you mean? We had a ranch style house. I had to keep the door open. I couldn't close no damn door in my mama house.
Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
that's from
Nobody-
Mathis Family
nobody closed the
Matters,
door in
by
my
the
house
way,
either.
guys. So make sure y'all check that out.
And I ain't closed the door in my house either.
Especially when I had some company over. What are you talking about?
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
And I don't know Elliot Cooper, but he is from Monk's Corner. So salute to you, Elliot. Dropping the clues bombs for Elliot Cooper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never locked the door.
I feel like I met him before. I have met him before.
But I never did it when my parents were home and up. Like you know what I mean? Like
You never snuck anybody in the
I
house?
never tried to get no.
No.
I'm a lie.
Well, I live. My bedroom was like next door to my parents' bedroom, so they would hear anything anyway, right?
He wasn't doing
Don't talk
nothing
about what you
anyway.
used to do in your parents'
He
house.
wasn't
That's
even doing nothing
disrespectful.
anyway.
I wasn't
He
doing
wasn't
nothing.
doing
I
nothing.
think it's disrespectful to even tell. Yeah, I ain't never did nothing in my mom's house.
I wasn't doing nothing.
I think that's disrespectful. I don't never want my mama to think anything like that, even though they probably know anyway. But still.
All right. Well, who you giving that donkey to then?
I am giving donkey to a man who thinks you can cure gay men. I'm giving donkey to a man who thinks that you can deliver people through medicine. His name is Professor Timothy Farage. We'll talk about it. He thinks cheek-to-cheek action is a disease. We shall discuss for after the hour.
All right. I like where this is going. Let's get to it
I know
next.
you would.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.